So we see marriage symbolism in this museum event of this shooting here that is in the news. And so it's the biggest news of today about this shooting, still the biggest news. And what I have spoken about lately is the eye, the Sindoor, the marriage symbolism, the red eye, and all of this. And it all ties together, you see, like this. So, of course, there is a continuous underlying message in the news. Some people don't like to hear that, but there is this continuous thing going on, almost as if we're living inside a living organism. This is a living organism. So yeah, that's the biggest news. And you can see Sindoor is the marriage makeup of a Hindu woman. There is an over there's a surplus of men in India, putting this pressure on getting a wife in India. And there is this military operation in India called Sindoor. This creates a psychological pressure in the local surrounding of an Indian man, which makes women talk about Sindoor from the perspective of this war, but in actuality, women are able to signal both a married and unmarried status at the same time, creating an additional attraction to themselves and pulling the eyes of younger men in their direction by being able to talk about Sindoor. And so there is a culture of having Sindoor in India, but there's also a culture of not having Sindoor, even though you are married. It's this makeup that it's supposed to signal that your marriage status, right? But some of these women, or many in India, I read about this. Okay, so it is culturally okay not to have Sindoor makeup, even if you're married. But what happens then is that women that don't use Sindoor makeup but are still married, they create this paradoxical psychological pressure on the unmarried men, which are in a surplus in India, which creates tension because these men start to think about maybe, they think about the bindi. They do. Maybe they already accepted that they don't have a wife in India. But all of a sudden, people talk about this in India. I believe there is this focus around this. This is a very logical explanation that I have. And as you can see, it starts to resonate in the news. You see the marriage symbolism in the Jewish museum shooting. So he was just about to ask her to marry him, according to the news. And this is a big deal. It makes it seem like everything I say is absolutely correct, which I believe it is. I believe I'm correct in what I'm saying, and you see that it unfolds on the world stage as a verification here that yes, indeed, this is true. Yes, indeed, there is a psychological pressure going on against 500 million men, because just when you remove a woman, or a lot of that, or if you have less of them, right? It creates a pressure on everyone. Um, so and so now it affects the world. And as I've been saying, this focus is being centered around the red bindi eye. The bindi means third eye. That's what it means in Hindu. I think it's called. Let me remember here. So maybe it was Bindu or something like that. Is the name of the third eye, which is more or less the same as bindi. So yes, there is a third eye thing going on. Yes, there is a marriage symbolism going on, and it's continuously in the background as some kind of subconscious, you know, some kind of thing going on. This is not like I'm able to do this kind of videos, and somehow you see as well as me that this is about marriage symbolism, right? Sure, you have the supposed hate crime or whatever. You see the starvation in Gaza, which they talk about, I believe. I mean, it was something like that, right? I haven't checked exactly what all of this is about, okay? But it is about Gaza, Palestine, and these things. Um, and now you see marriage symbolism. And this is the perfection of reality. This is the perfection of the world that you live in, that it has a perfection even in the death, not only in the life, but I'm writing currently a book which I will read here on YouTube for free, half of it. And what I have noticed is that even the deaths are, it's a part of it in some sense. It's a part of the beauty. I don't know how to say this in another way, but it's a part of all of this. And um, and yeah, and you see the media report here at the top left. You see them mentioning specifically how they were about to marry, how he purchased a ring and was about to propose. You see it, it's in the face of everyone. And still, um, I'm not looking at anything else on the entire internet except for art videos, music videos, and some news. Why don't I watch anything? Well, it's because I am so accurate in what I do, and so I feel like a bit of disrespect even looking at other things. There are many reasons why I don't look, but one of the reasons why I don't look is because I'm so right. So I don't want to look at anything. I feel this is it's not proper to have this situation where I'm able to be right all the time, and there is no awareness of that. There's even though I show you here it's about the marriage, there is this. I'm going to use the word not the word retarded, no, because being retarded is a slandering, but I'm going to use the word retardation. I have this desire, just like you, to be a bit mean, but I don't want to break any rules here about what I can do and cannot do. So I'm going to call people that there is some kind of retardation, a slowness, that it is slow to realize here what I'm showing, the way that I'm able to continuously capture the theme of what's going on. And this slowness is a form of it's showing retardation in the viewers that are unable to see the holistic picture of what I'm showing. So yes, but you are not retarded, because being retarded is a label. I cannot label you, but I can say that this is showing like this is an example of a retardation, that's all. But yeah, there is a slowness. So retardation means to be slow. So people are like, many people are showing signs of being slow, having a retardation. Yeah, I don't know if I can say like that, but there is definitely something going on here, and that's why I just refuse to watch anything nowadays. I don't watch anything, and I continuously am right. I'm right. This is about marriage, and this is the underlying theme. I mean, there are many things. Marriage. There is this red eye, and I believe that we're going to see more of that. We saw the Brooklyn Bridge thing, seeming like pirates. And the pirates, they have this eye patch thing. You have what was it? Salman Rushdie, the one-eyed with a reddish glass, and he is from India. There is this continuous background feed of things that are connected, and I'm showing that on my channel, and there is a retardation going on, and there is a cognitive dissonance and a retardation combining with each other here, and that's very sad to see. But anyhow, this is my video about this event here. This is as I said, this is world news. This is the top story. This is it, and it's about, they're about to be married. They were about to be married, just like the Sindoor. Sindoor is, oh, sorry. Sindoor, that's it. That's it, That's what it's about. And this is the minds of many focusing on the wife, and it is the game of shares. The game of shares, where there is one share less, and so everyone are fighting. And they are reminded about the trauma of not having a wife, while the women talk about it. Probably, I would say. Why wouldn't they talk about it? Because if they do, they can signal unmarried status, and they can gain confidence from showing this unmarried status while not wearing Sindoor makeup. You see, it is a way to gain energy for the woman. The woman feels energized from talking about seemingly having an unmarried status, but innocently she can talk about something else. It is warfare. So that she can talk about, oh, Sindoor, that's so good. Sindoor is so good, she can talk about, while not wearing a Sindoor makeup. She can do that. What do you think happens to 500 million men? Because all of them are fighting about the same women, Yeah.